Hello my darlings, how you doing? I hope you're doing very well. So today we're doing Almond, which honestly is definitely one of my favorite fragrance notes. So we are back to our notes series and today we are hitting with Almond. So I actually have a very new fragrance to my collection, which I'm going to review for you as well, which is also an almond fragrance. And I also have a very nice list, which is good for men and women. So let's jump right in. But before we do that, please don't forget to subscribe to have more videos like this and so I can make them for you as well. And of course, follow me on Instagram if you want to see my life a little bit more up close, then go there. All right, guys. So I'm going to start with the one that I just received, and that is Marc Jacobs Perfect Intense. And I mainly got it because my dear friend here on YouTube, Abby, if you don't follow her, I will link her channel down there in the description. She's absolutely brilliant and I really do trust her taste, and she was raving about this fragrance, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy them, why not? First of all, the box is really cute. It's like a cat and a banana. Who doesn't love a banana, right? And I got it in 50 ml because I'm trying to get smaller bottles, which doesn't always equal better deal, but you know, I'm trying, okay? So this is how the bottle looks like. Of course, it's typical Marc Jacobs cute cork cap. It is nicer than Daisy for sure, because Daisy looks cheap and weird, and this one is a little bit better. So that is Perfect Intense, and this one is supposed to be a warm almond fragrance, very feminine, very beautiful, and I must say, guys, it is all that. However, this is actually very floral. Very floral. Think of Daisy floral. I definitely get that typical Marc Jacobs undertone in it, that Daisy has it, Honey had it, Dot had it, Lola had it, because I, believe it or not, I used to have the whole Marc Jacobs collection back in the day because I really love it when I was way younger. And my mom used to buy it for me because, you know, they all had those cute bottles and stuff like that. So I used to collect Marc Jacobs fragrances. My favorite by far was Honey. I loved Honey. And I also really liked Dot. And now we have this one. So this one is definitely that typical Marc Jacobs floral in here. And I am actually a little bit bumped by it because the almond in here is really nice. It is really nice. It's that beautiful, nutty, slightly powdery. I just love this particular type of almond that is in here. Very similar almonds to, let's say, the Embrace by Navitus or Italica by Xerjoff. That kind of almond, you know? But there are a lot of florals in here, and from the nose I didn't think that the florals will be so prominent on this one, but they actually are. So if you are looking for this, you know, very yummy, very gourmand almond fragrance, this is not it, guys. This is not it. To me, I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's still a very nice fragrance, but this is not what you might think of when you are getting it, because it's certainly not what I was expecting. It's way more floral. I'm going to say it once again, way more floral than I thought it would be. It has that beautiful almond note, but the florals kind of hide it away from time to time. And also I think the longevity is not the best as well. Even though it's the Intense, I would get like 5-6-ish hours out of it, and the projection is moderate, so this is not the best on lasting power for sure. You know, I'm just being honest. I wish it was, but it's not. It's just not, unfortunately. Yeah, it's not bad on projection, but the lasting power itself, within that 6-hour mark, it just goes away. Also, I think this is going to be a perfect fragrance for work, errands, basically daytime. Anything daytime, this is going to be perfect, as the name suggests. Will it be perfect for nights out, partying, stuff like that? No. Is it a gourmand fragrance? Not really. It's more of a floral almond. So, you know, you have to decide for yourself, is this what you're going for? Because the almond here, it is beautiful, I'm not gonna lie. But the scent itself is quite on the floral side. So, and you know, it's so cute. Like, let's be honest, the cap is so cute. It's really nice. I'm happy to have it in my collection, but I wouldn't say it's like the most gourmand almond ever. No, it's not. But it's unique. That I can say. It is a unique fragrance, nevertheless. So check it out. It is on my best almond list. It made it as an honorable mention because it is unique and you definitely get a lot of almonds. So thumbs up twice, right? So that is perfect intense. Now I'm gonna go through a few fragrances that I do not have with me, but I highly, highly recommend. They're just phenomenal when it comes to almond. So I'm gonna start with the Tom Ford fucking Fabulous. Naughty name. So with that fragrance, I'm gonna say this is the most unisex of them all that I'm gonna share with you, but I still think any woman can pull this off if you love those deeper fragrances. This is basically almond, lavender. It's slightly powdery. It's slightly like leathery. It's very nice. I honestly really like it on a guy. I think it's very sexy. It's seductive. It's sophisticated. It does have a nice longevity because, you know, with Tom Ford, it's like hit and miss. But with this one, I think it's good. So you cannot go wrong with it if you like the note structure. This is more of a unique note structure for especially us women, you know, because not all of us love those very unisex fragrances, but just try it and tell me what you think. Also, I think that fragrance, Effin' Fabulous, is a great one to mix with other almond fragrances. So, for example, I would mix it with my another favorite, which is Soi Exclusive by Navitus Parfum. And smoothly going into this one, leaving Effin' Fabulous behind, Soi Exclusive is definitely beautiful, nutty marshmallow with vanilla and coffee. This one has so many of my favorite notes. I would say it's very sweet, but it's still unisex enough. If a guy loves very gourmand notes, like very gourmand, very sweet, you can still pull this off because it has those slight hints of masculinity, but very slight. First of all, the coffee is very bitter. It's a bitter coffee. And the almond is so good here. And the marshmallow. Everything in here is good. Trust me. And this is the Parfum concentration. So, great longevity and sillage. That's what I can tell you. If you don't have it already, go ahead and get it. I still have the discount code for you guys that's available. So, it will be right here and the links will be below. So check out Soi Exclusive. Definitely on my top 3 list from Navitus, and I love almost all of them, to be honest. So that is that. Then another beautiful almond is a Velvet Tonka by BBK, and this one is more of a powdery almond with a lot of tonka bean. It's smoother. I love this almond here as well. This is so beautiful. This one is definitely the one that I'm getting very soon. And also this is that type of almond that leans slightly cherry. I love this. It's like marzipan, like sweet marzipan, slightly cherry, a little bit of powderiness, but not too much. It's just a beautiful edible almond. Oh, I'm gonna rock this the whole winter, I can promise you that. I love BDK perfumes, and this is like in my top 3 as well. So that's Velvet Tonka. On me it does last very nicely and it projects moderately. So yeah, just, you know, decide for yourself if you are okay with moderate projection, because the lasting power is good. So that is the Velvet Tonka. Next one that is quite similar, I would say, is slightly more powdery and a bit sweeter and less of that cherry almond. Is more like a straight up powdery almond, like heliotrope and almond. And that is the House of Oud Almond Harmony. And I know not many people love it, but I personally do. This to me quite reminds me of that Velvet Tonka by BDK. Not too much, because it's more vanilla, powdery vanilla, heliotrope, whereas Velvet Tonka is like that cherry type of almond with tonka, obviously. But I love them both. Almond Harmony is very feminine, again powdery, very smooth, very like suave, you know. I like it. I just like it, and there's nothing I can do about it. The longevity, I would say, is around 6 hours, and the projection is also moderate, so very similar to Velvet Tonka. Maybe the longevity is a little bit worse, but it's still not bad. So yes, these two almonds are so good, so good. If you love those true powdery almonds, you're gonna love them. So check them out, one or the other. Okay, next one, we have basically Johnson's & Johnson's. Like almonds, honey, and Johnson's shampoo, but actually it mixes so nicely with other fragrances, and that is Montale Sweet Oriental Dream, and this is new one to my collection, and I really like it. I have tested it so many times before I actually got it, because I was very much unsure, because, you know, it is quite unique, let's say that, because that honey and that almond for some reason mix into that Johnson's shampoo. But on the other hand, it triggers so many lovely memories to me from my childhood, because my mom used to wash my hair with Johnson's only, like only. No more tears, you remember that? Yes, that's my childhood as well. So it just reminds me so much of it, and I decided that I have to have it in my collection, because maybe if I'm not gonna wear it on its own, but maybe it will grow on me so much that I will actually, who knows, but I will actually love to mix it with other things. Something boozy, for example, something with very amped up honey to just ground it with the almond that's in Sweet Oriental Dream. It's gonna be lovely. So that I highly recommend, and as usually with Montale's, fantastic longevity. I don't have to say it twice, right? Next we have a very sweet but very feminine, quite mature floral almond, and that is Terra di Gioia by Armani. I would say it's less floral than Marc Jacobs Perfect, but it's also slightly less almondy. There's not that beautiful almond that we have in the Perfect Intense. There is more like an almond blossom, but it's still beautiful. It's still beautiful. Again, sweet, very feminine. I wouldn't say it's powdery, not at all. It's more like a almond blossom floral fragrance with some ambery touches. I really like it. The longevity, around 6 hours, 5-6 hours, moderate projection, so nothing outstanding, but also not terrible. I recommend it for everyday wear. This is another fragrance just like Marc Jacobs, perfect for every day. This is your running errands, going to work, business meetings, whatever. Very classy, put together, clean fragrance. So I like that. I really like that. So that is Terra di Gioia. Okay, now we are going into very heavy hitters, and the first one is Elie Saab, Girl of Now, and this is the original. And honestly, there was a point in time when I actually wanted to sell it, but thank God I didn't, because fall came, cold weather came and I'm back in love. I'm back in love. I made a massive mistake that I sold a fragrance that I really loved, which was YSL Montale, and I regret it so much, and I think it would be the same case with this one, so I'm happy to keep it. So this one is almond, pistachio, lots of tonka, orange blossom. There are some fruity notes as well, but very like in the background. They're literally like poo poo, that's it. So nice for fall and winter. This was like my ultimate party fragrance before the pandemic, you know? I really love that for going out, for clubbing. So good. If you love a gourmand and you want something super, super sexy, sweet for clubbing, Girl Love Now. Very good. You don't have to worry about sillage, longevity. It's all there. Very potent fragrance. Fantastic one. So if you love these notes, like those nutty, sweet notes, you're gonna love Girl Love Now. Just mind you, there's quite a bit of orange blossom as well. So this is actually that thing that pulls me a little bit off this fragrance, because sometimes, I don't know, I just have a love-hate relationship with orange blossom, but I'm over it and it's good. We're good now. Me and him are fine. So that's his Girl Love Now. Here I have also two poisons, so pick your poison, my darlings. First we have the oldie Hypnotic Poison by Dior, and this one is the coziest fragrance ever. This is slightly fruity in the beginning, it has some coconut, it has a lot of balsamic notes, vanilla, and of course that almond. This is a bitter almond here, but this one is so sexy. I don't know why, but this is a man magnet, like really a man magnet. By the way, I probably should do a man magnet fragrances, right? It would be fun. So yes, this one is great. On me, it still does last very well. I know it's been, you know, reformulated like most fragrances, but it's still okay on me. I'm not sure if I have the older version of the newer one. I'm really not good with the batch codes. So nevertheless, it's still beautiful and worth having, and very, very sexy, powdery fragrance. And more like modern and Middle Eastern, more rosy version of it is the My Beloved Poison Girl. And this is my favorite fragrance. Probably if I could only have one fragrance, I would think of it. I would be definitely thinking of having only this one. I love it. It's very sweet, but it's not like, you know, sickly sweet. It's more like sweet from the rose and heliotrope and almond and tonka. There's also Peru balsam. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. This is definitely one of my favorite fragrances, and this one has two types of rose, so definitely amped up with rose. So if you want something like very cozy, almost Play-Doh-y, powdery, get yourself Hypnotic. If you want something rosy, a little bit more sensual, get yourself the Poison Girl. But I think you should have both. Honestly, I think you should have both because they're good. Okay, and next one we have is Dragee by Reminiscence, and this one is again orange blossom, and then we have the Dragee note and of course the almond. And this one is definitely on the vintage side, so if you love those powdery vintage scents, you're gonna love this. This one has a very beautiful almond, very like heliotrope-y, powdery almond here. I'm sure there is a mix of almond and heliotrope here, because I'm just sure. So nice, so beautiful. I actually love, honestly, spraying my house with this, because first of all, it looks so nice because I keep it right by the entrance. So when I'm just going out to the shop, I spritz myself, you know, to smell nice for 5 minutes. It doesn't matter, it matters that you smell nice, right? And also, like right before a guest comes or something, I just spray the corridor quickly and the living room, and everyone's like, oh my God, it smells so beautiful in here, you know, and they never know what it is because this is such a unique, underrated fragrance that not many people know about. Mainly only us frac heads know about this brand, I feel like. So yes, very nice one if you love that very powdery, almost vintage smelling almond. So good, and great house freshener. Okay, next fragrance that is very, very close to my heart. Unfortunately, it got stolen from me and it's very expensive, so it takes time to repurchase it, I'll be honest. And that is my absolutely beloved MFK Baccarat Rouge Extrait. And this one has a particular note that I love absolutely to death, which is bitter almond. It's also sweeter and denser than the original. So I told you straight from the beginning, since I got it, that I do prefer the Extrait over the original. To me, it also projects better. Even though, let's be honest, Baccarat, the original, projects enormously. This one doesn't disappear on you, you know, because with Baccarat, the original, people can still smell you, but you cannot really sometimes. With the Extrait, they can smell you and you can smell yourself. So that's what I prefer. Beautiful fragrance, so worth the money. And people can tell me whatever they want. I think it's worth the money. I will go even further saying that maybe for Christmas, I will get myself 200 ml bottle. I said it. Or my 30th birthday. I don't know yet, but this or that, I think it's coming. So beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It's not as prominent on almond as most of these that I just showed you, but it's still there. You can still smell it. It grants the fragrance. It makes it sweeter. It makes it like this nutty, slightly boozy. Oh, amazing, just amazing. So MFK Baccarat Rouge Extrait. If you are debating on getting the original or the Extrait, you have none, get the Extrait. I'm telling you, get the Extrait. You're going to be happier, I think. So that is that. And I think I have one last fragrance to talk to you about. And that is beautiful almond milky fragrance, slightly irisy, very unique in my opinion, and that is Rolling in Love by Kilian. I honestly am going through, I think, my 50 can of it, and I still didn't get the bottle because I'm a poor bitch, okay? I'm kidding, I will get it soon, I promise, because I really want to show you the bottle as it should be. But to me, this is iris almond milk fragrance, and as much as I don't really love iris, this is like this lipsticky note, like, you know, this old school lipstick and almond milk. It's creamy, milky, feminine, sexy, seductive, but very, very classy. So it's right up my alley. You know, I love those fragrances that are, even though they're loud, even though they can be very in your face, they have those notes that make them smell expensive and classy. And Rolling in Love is just that. And the bottle is exquisite as well, I must admit. I love the almond milk note in here. It's absolutely beautiful. On me, I would say the longevity and sillage are very similar to Velvet Tonka by BBK, which is basically moderate, which is around 6-7 hours with moderate projection. I think this one is actually worth having, even though you know my opinion on Kilian. Sometimes I think some of them are way overpriced for what they are, as much as I do think that the cellars and smokes are worth their price because they're usually very prominent and strong and long lasting. The narcotics are the same price, and sometimes they're so weak it's insane. Like, for example, Good Girl Gone Bad, it's a joke for me. With Love Don't Be Shy, I don't have a problem, but you know, it could be better, of course, but I don't have a problem with that. But in general, you know, it's a hit and miss. With Rolling in Love, I love it. It's worth the money in my opinion because it's unique and very classy and very sexy at the same time. So I love it. I love it and I want a bottle. I definitely do. So that is Kilian, and my darlings, that is it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed my almond fragrance roundup. I really love almond in general. If I could, I would wear almond fragrances all year round. The ones that are the most like all year round, I would say, is definitely Terra di Gioia and the Marc Jacobs Perfect Intense, which is the new one. And also I love wearing Poison Girl in the summertime during the evenings. I love it for summer. It's so sexy. Yes, so that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, I'm repeating myself, but I really hope you enjoy my videos. And also thank you for noticing that the sound got better. Pinned to a microphone these days, and that was the most expensive microphone that I think ever existed. But it's so worth it because the sound is really crisp, isn't it? So I'm so happy with this. So thank you for basically letting me improve my channel so much more and, you know, give you the best quality I can. So yes, guys, that is that, and see you in my next video. Yo, peace out. Bye.